Chapter 7. For Love of the King. Every day I was sent a secret report by the Chief of Police, and the next afternoon I was playing cards with Fritz when Sapt brought it in. We learned that Duke Michael and the three had left Stralsau, and that Antoinette de Mauban had also left. Clearly, they had gone to Zenda. The report also said that the people were unhappy because the king had not yet asked Princess Flavia to marry him. "Yes," said Fritz, "it's true. I've heard that the princess loves the king, and she's very sad." "Well," Sapt informed us, "I've arranged a dance at the royal palace this evening for the princess." "Why wasn't I told?" I asked angrily. But Sapt continued, "Everything is arranged, and tonight you must ask the princess to marry you." "No, I'll do nothing to hurt her," I cried. "All right, my boy," Sapt smiled gently. "Just say something nice to her then. Remember, she thinks you're the king, and we don't want her to be angry with him, do we?" I understood, of course. If the king was saved, then Flavia must marry him. If he was not saved, then Sapt would ask me to stay and marry the princess. Duke Michael must not be king. The dance was wonderful. Flavia was beautiful, and I danced with her again and again. Everyone could feel our happiness. I forgot about the crowd of rich, colourful people who were watching us. I had eyes only for my beautiful Flavia. When supper had finished, Fritz touched me on the shoulder. I stood up, took Flavia's hand, and led her into a little room. They brought coffee to us, and then the door was closed quietly. The princess and I were alone. The windows of the little room opened onto the garden. The night was fine, and the room was filled with the sweet smell of the flowers outside. Flavia sat down, and I stood opposite her. I was fighting with myself. But then she looked at me, and I was lost. I forgot the king. I forgot who I was. I forgot everything. I fell to my knees, took her gently in my arms, and kissed her. Suddenly, she pushed me away. "Is it true? Do you really love me?" she cried. "Or is it because you're the king and you must marry me?" "No," I answered quietly. "I love you more than my life." Flavia smiled. "Oh, why do I love you now?" she said softly. "I didn't love you before, but I do now." How happy I was. It was not the king she loved. It was me. It was Rudolf Rassendyll. But as I looked into her lovely face, I knew I could not live with the lie. How could I pretend to be the king any longer? "There's something I must tell you," I began in a low voice. "Your Majesty," said a voice from the garden. "People are waiting to say goodbye." It was Sapt. He had heard me talking to the princess. "We'll come," I replied coldly. But Flavia, her eyes full of her love for me, held out her hand to Sapt as he came into the room. He took it and said softly and sadly, "God save your Royal Highness." And then he added, "But before all comes the king. God save the king." When Sapt told the people that Princess Flavia had accepted the king as her future husband, they were wild with happiness. "You know, Sapt," I said sadly, "I could marry the princess and let my people kill Duke Michael and the king." "I know," Sapt replied quietly. "So we must go to Zenda and bring the king home at once," I said. Sapt put his hand on my shoulder. "You're the finest Elfberg of them all," he said, with feeling. Before we left Stralsau, I saw the marshal and asked him to stay near Flavia, to take care of her and to keep her safe from Duke Michael. Then I went to say goodbye to her. At first she was cold with me. She did not understand why I wanted to leave her. But her anger changed to fear when I told her that I was going after Duke Michael. "Oh, Rudolph, be careful," she cried. "He's a dangerous man. Please come back safely to me." "Duke Michael can never keep me away from you," I promised. But in my heart, I knew that another man could. Chapter 8. Back to Zenda. The next day, Sapt, Fritz and I left Stralsau to go to Tallenheim House. This fine, modern house belonged to Fritz's uncle and was near the castle of Zenda. We had 10 brave young men with us. Sapt had told them that a friend of the king's was a prisoner in the castle of Zenda, and that the king needed their help. Michael, of course, knew of my arrival. But I was sure he did not understand why I had come. He would think that my plan was to kill him and the king, and marry the princess myself. So I had not been in the house an hour when he sent 3 of the 6 to me. These were not the 3 men who had tried to kill me. This time, he sent the 3 Ruritanians, Lauengram, Krafstein, and young Rupert of Hentzau. "Duke Michael is very sorry that he can't welcome you himself," explained Rupert of Hentzau. "But sadly, he's ill at the moment." "I hope that my dear brother will soon be better," I replied with a smile. Rupert threw back his head, shook his black hair, and laughed. He was a good-looking young man. People said he had broken many hearts already. "Oh, I'm sure he will," he answered. That evening, instead of having dinner at the house, Fritz and I went to the little hotel in the town of Zenda where I had stayed before. "Ask for a room where we can dine alone," I said to Fritz. "And ask the pretty girl to bring our food." I covered my face, and the girl came and put the wine down on the table. When she turned to go, she looked at me, and I let her see my face. "The king!" she cried. "You were the king! Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. The things that we said!" "Forget that now," I answered. "You can help me. Bring our dinner, but tell no one that the king is here." She came back in a few minutes, looking very serious. "How's your friend Johann?" I began. She looked surprised. "Oh, we don't see him very often now," she answered. He's very busy at the castle. But you could get Johann to meet you tomorrow night, couldn't you? At 10 o'clock, perhaps? On the road out of Zenda? Yes, sir. You're not going to hurt him? Not if he does what I say. Go now, and say nothing about this. After dinner, we left to go back to Tallenheim House. We had almost reached it when we saw Sapt running to meet us. "Have you seen them?" he cried. "Who?" I asked. "Duke Michael's men. Don't go out unless you have 6 men or more with you," he said. "You know Bernenstein, one of your men?" "Of course," I answered. "A good, strong man, about as tall as me." "Well, they tried to kill him. He's upstairs now with a bullet in his arm. He was walking in the woods and he saw 3 men. Suddenly, they started shooting at him, so he began to run. He was lucky. They were afraid to come too near the house, so he escaped. But it was you they wanted to kill." "Sapt," I said, "I promise I'll do one thing for Ruritania before I leave it." "What's that?" asked Sapt. "I'll kill every one of the 6. Ruritania will be a better place without them." Chapter 9. News of the Prisoner. The next morning, I was sitting in the garden in the sun when suddenly I saw young Rupert of Hentzau on horseback coming through the trees towards me. He was not afraid of my men, but asked to speak with me alone. He said he had a message for me from the Duke of Strelsau. I asked my friends to move away, and Rupert came and sat down near me. "Rassendyll," he began, "the Duke—" "Don't you know how to speak to the king?" I asked. "Why pretend with me?" "Because it isn't finished yet." "Well, I'm here because I want to help you." "Then give me the message." "What does the Duke want?" I asked. "He wants you to leave. He'll take you safely out of the country and give you £100,000. "I refuse," I replied immediately. Rupert laughed. "I knew it," he cried. "Duke Michael doesn't understand men like us." "You must die, then," he added carelessly. "Yes," I answered, "but you won't be alive to see me die." I laughed. "How's your prisoner?" I added. "Alive," he replied. "How's the pretty princess?" I took a step towards him. "Go now, before I kill you," I shouted angrily. Rupert turned, but suddenly he came back. He put out his right hand. "Shake hands," he called. Of course, he knew what I would do. I put my hands behind my back. Quickly, his left hand moved towards me. In it, he held a dagger, and it was coming straight at my heart. I jumped to one side, and the dagger went deep into my shoulder. Before my friends could do anything, Rupert of Hentzau was on his horse and galloping through the trees. I heard my men going after him with their guns, and then everything went black. When I awoke, it was dark, and Fritz was at my bedside. He told me that I was not badly hurt, and that the plan to catch Johann had been successful. "He seems pleased to be here," Fritz said. I think he's afraid of Duke Michael. Later, Sapt brought Johan up to see me. At first, Johan was afraid to speak, but then he began to talk. We asked him many questions, and finally, Johan gave us the information we wanted. In the castle of Zenda, near the drawbridge and below the ground, there were 2 small rooms, cut out of the rock itself. In the first of these rooms, there were always 3 of the 6. At the back of this room, there was a door which led into the second room. The king was in the second room. If someone tries to get into the first room, 2 of the 3 men will fight, but Rupert of Hentzau, or Detchard, will run into the second room and kill the king, Johan said. There's a small window in the second room with a large pipe going down into the moat outside, he went on. You can get a man inside it, and they'll tie a heavy stone to the king's body and push it down the pipe. The body will go down and disappear under the water, and the murderers will then go down the pipe themselves and swim across the moat. And if I bring an army to the castle? I asked. Duke Michael will still murder the king, replied Johan. He won't fight. He'll kill the king and push his body down the pipe. And he'll put one of the 6 in the prison. He'll say the man had done something to make him angry. That will stop the stories about a prisoner in Zenda. Johan stopped for a minute, but then he added, If they know I've told you this, they'll kill me. They're all bad, but Rupert of Hentzau is the worst. Don't let them kill me. All right, I said. But if anyone asks you who the prisoner of Zenda is, don't tell him. If you do, I'll kill you myself. Johan left the room, and I looked at Sapt. It doesn't matter what plan we make, I said. The king will be dead before we can get to him. Sapt shook his grey head angrily. You'll still be king of Ruritania in a year's time. Perhaps one of the Duke's men will turn against him, I began. Impossible, replied Sapt. Then we need the help of God, I said. Chapter 10. A Night Outside the Castle. I wanted Duke Michael to think that I was still very ill. So we told the newspapers that the king had had a very serious accident. When Princess Flavia read this, she was very worried, and she decided to come and see me. The marshal could not stop her, and although I was afraid for her, I was excited at the thought of seeing her again. We spent 2 wonderfully happy days together. We had sent Johan back to the castle of Zenda, and suddenly we had a message from him. The real king was very ill. I must save him, I said to myself. I love Flavia more each day. I can't go on like this much longer. I talked to Sapt. He agreed, so we made our plans. Late the next night, Sapt, Fritz and I, with 6 more men, rode out towards the castle of Zenda. Sapt was carrying a long rope, and I had a short, thick stick and a long knife. The night was dark, and it was wet and windy. We stayed away from the town, and we met no one. When we came to the moat, we stopped near some trees, and the 6 men hid there with the horses. Then Sapt tied the rope round one of the trees near the water. I pulled off my boots, put the stick between my teeth, and gently went down the rope into the water. I was going to take a look at the pipe. It had been warm and bright that day, and the water was not cold. Slowly and carefully, I swam round the dark walls of the castle. There were lights in the new buildings, and from time to time I heard people shouting and laughing. That must be young Rupert and his friends, I thought. Suddenly, a dark shape appeared in front of me. It was the pipe. The bottom of it was very wide and came out into the moat. And then I saw something which nearly made my heart stop. It was a boat, and in the boat there was a man. His gun was beside him, but luckily he was asleep. As quietly as I could, I moved closer. The man still slept. What could I do? I had to save the king. I took out my knife and drove it through the sleeping man's heart. On the other side of the castle, they were still singing. I had very little time. Someone could come at any minute. I looked up at where the pipe went through the wall into the prison. There was a thin line of light at the bottom edge. I heard Detchard's voice, and then I heard the king reply. Just then, the light went out, and in the darkness, I heard the king crying. I did not call to him. I had to get away safely and take the body of the dead watchman with me. I climbed into the boat and began to go back to where my friends were. No one could hear me because the wind was strong. But from somewhere behind me, I heard a shout. Someone was calling to the watchman. I reached the side of the moat where Sapt and Fritz were waiting. Quickly, I tied the rope round the man's body, and Sapt and Fritz pulled it up. Then I climbed up the rope myself. "Call our men from the trees," I said quietly, "and hurry." But just then, 3 men rode round from the front of the castle. Luckily, they did not see us, but they heard our 6 friends riding out of the trees, and with a shout, they galloped towards them. Seconds later, we heard the sound of shots, and I ran to help our men. Sapt and Fritz followed. "Kill them!" cried a voice. It was Rupert of Hentzau. "Too late! They've got both of us!" cried another voice. "Save yourself, Rupert!" I ran on, holding my stick in my hand. Suddenly, through the darkness, I saw a horse coming towards me. I jumped at the horse's head and saw the man's face above me. "At last!" I shouted. "Rupert of Hentzau!" He had only his sword, and my men were coming at him from one side, and Sapt and Fritz from the other. Rupert laughed. "Ha! It's the play actor!" he cried, and with his sword he knocked my stick from my hand. Then he turned his horse, galloped to the moat and jumped into the water with our bullets flying round his ears. Our men tried to shoot him in the water, but it was dark, there was no moon, and we lost him. We had killed 2 of the 6, Lauengram and Krafstein, but I was angry. 3 of our brave friends were also dead, and we carried them home with a heavy heart. And I did not like to hear Rupert call me a play actor. Of course, Michael and I could not let the people know that we were enemies. So in the daytime, it was safe to be in the town of Zenda. One day, soon after our night outside the castle, Princess Flavia and I were riding through the town when we saw a group of people dressed in black going to the church. Rupert of Hentzau was with them, and when he saw us, he turned his horse and came towards us. "It's the funeral of my dear friend, Lauengram," he said, in answer to our question. "I'm sorry your friend is dead," I said to him. "And I'm sorry too," Flavia added, her beautiful blue eyes sad. Rupert looked at her and smiled. Then he turned and rode away. Although I was angry because he had smiled at Flavia, I went after him. "You fought bravely the other night," I said, "and you're young. Help me save the king, and I'll help you." But Rupert was not interested. "No," he answered. "But if they were both dead, the king and the duke, then you could be king and marry your princess, and I could be rich and have the woman I want." "Antoinette de Maubin?" I asked carelessly, trying not to show my interest. "Yes," replied Rupert. "I hate the Duke. She loves him, not me." Angrily, he joined the funeral group again. Strangely, when we returned home, there was a message for me from Antoinette herself. "I helped you once. Help me now. Save me from this terrible place. Save me from these murderers." I was sorry for her, but what could I do? Chapter 11. A Dangerous Plan. One day, Johann came to tell us that the king was now very sick and that Antoinette de Maubin and a doctor were looking after him. But the Duke never left Rupert of Hentzau alone with Antoinette. I understood why, after what Rupert had told me. There were often angry voices in the castle these days, Johann told us. 2 of the 6 were now dead, but there were always 2 men watching the king. The other 2 slept in a room above and would hear them if they called. Detchard and Bersonin watched by night, Rupert of Hentzau and de Gotet by day. The Duke's rooms were on the 1st floor, in the new buildings of the castle, and Antoinette's room was on the same floor. But at night, the Duke locked the door of her room and pulled up the drawbridge. He kept the key himself. Johann slept near the front door of the new castle with 5 other men, but they had no guns. We could not wait any longer. "Listen," I said to Johann. "I'll make you rich if you do what I say." Johann agreed. "You must take this note to Madame de Mauban," I said, "and tomorrow, at 2 o'clock in the morning, you must open the front door of the new castle. Tell the others that you need air or something, and then escape." Johann was clearly afraid, but he seemed to understand. I explained my plan to Sapt and Fritz. "When Johann opens the front door," I said, "Sapt and his men will run into the castle and hold the men who are sleeping there. At the same time, Antoinette will scream loudly again and again. She'll cry, 'Help! Help me, Michael!' And she'll shout Rupert of Hentzau's name. Duke Michael will hear, and he'll run out of his room straight into the hands of Sapt. Sapt will get the key from the Duke and let down the drawbridge. Rupert and de Gotet will hear the noise and hurry to cross the drawbridge. I'll hide by the bridge, in the moat, and when they try to cross, I'll kill them. Then we'll hurry to the room where the king is and kill Detchard and Bersanin before they have time to kill the king." The others listened in silence. It was a very dangerous plan, and I did not really think it would work, but we had to try. That evening, I went to visit Flavia. She seemed very thoughtful, and as I was leaving, she placed a ring on my finger. I was wearing the king's ring, but I took off my Rassendyll family ring and gave it to her. "Wear this for me, always," I said. She kissed the ring and replied seriously, "I'll wear it until the day I die." And then I had to leave her. I had already told the Marshal that if anything happened to the king, he must take Flavia to Stralsau, tell the people that Duke Michael had killed the king and that Flavia was their queen. I knew this could be my last day alive. Chapter 12. The Prisoner and the King. We needed bad weather, but it was a fine, clear night. At midnight, Sapt, Fritz, and their men left and rode quietly through the woods towards the castle. If everything went well, they would get there at 1:45 and wait for Johann to open the front door. If Johann did not open the door, Fritz would come round to the other side of the castle to find me. If I was not there, then I was dead, and the king too. Sapt and his men would go back to Tallenheim House and return with the Marshal and more men to get into the castle. So, half an hour later, I too left Tallenheim. I took a shorter way than Sapt, and when I reached the moat, I hid my horse in the trees, tied my rope round a strong tree, and let myself down into the water. Slowly, I began to swim along under the castle walls. Just after 1:45, I came to the pipe and waited quietly in its shadow. Light was coming from Duke Michael's window opposite me across the moat, and I could see into the room. The next window along, which Johann had said was Antoinette's room, was dark. Then the Duke's window opened, and Antoinette de Mauban looked out. Behind her, there was a man. Rupert of Hentzau. What was he doing in the Duke's room, I wondered. Rupert tried to put his arm round Antoinette, but she moved quickly away. At that moment, I heard the door of the room open, and then the angry voice of Duke Michael. "What are you doing here?" he cried. "Waiting for you, sir," Rupert replied quickly. "I couldn't leave the lady alone. Well, now you can go to bed. Are Detchard and Bersonin watching the prisoner?" "Yes, sir." A few minutes later, Rupert crossed the drawbridge, and it was pulled up. The light in Duke Michael's room went out, but a light came on, and stayed on, in Antoinette's room. In the silent darkness, I waited. For about 10 minutes, everything was quiet, but suddenly, I heard a noise on my side of the moat. A dark shape appeared in the gateway to the bridge, then turned and began to climb down some hidden steps in the wall. It was Rupert of Hentzau again, with a sword. Silently, he went down into the water and swam across the moat. Then he climbed out, and I heard him unlock the door. It was clear that Rupert of Hentzau had his own secret plans for that night. It was not yet time for Johann to open the front door for my friends, and I still had to wait. I climbed up to the gateway of the bridge and hid in a dark corner. Now no one could enter or leave the old castle without fighting me. I wondered what Rupert was doing now, and a few seconds later I found out. There was a sudden crash, and then a woman's screams rang through the night. "Help me! Michael! Rupert of Hentzau!" Those were the words that I had written for Antoinette. But these were screams of real fear, and soon I heard shouts and the sound of fighting from Antoinette's room. Then Rupert appeared at the window. His back was towards me, but he was fighting. "That's for you, Johann!" I heard him cry. Then, "Come on, Michael!" So Johann was in there too, fighting at the Duke's side. How could he open the door for Samt now? More of the Duke's men had run to the room, and the noise of the fighting grew louder. Suddenly, Rupert gave a wild laugh, and with his sword in his hand, jumped from the window into the moat below. At that moment, the door of the old castle opened, and de Gotet appeared beside me. I jumped at him with my sword, and a second later, he fell dead in the doorway without a word or a sound. Wildly, I searched his body for the keys. I found them, and in a minute, I was in the first room where Bersonin and Detchard were. But there was only Bersonin in the room. Before he had time to realize that I was there, I had killed him. Detchard had run into the king's room and locked the door behind him. I ran at it to break it down. But would I be in time? Was the king already dead? The king was standing helplessly by the wall. But the doctor was also in the room, and the brave little man had thrown himself at Detchard. He gave his life for the king, because, as I entered, Detchard pulled himself free and drove his sword into the doctor's side. Then, with an angry shout, Detchard turned to me. We fought long and hard. Detchard was an excellent swordsman, and I was growing tired. He drove me back against the wall, gave me a deep cut in the arm, and began to smile. In a second, he would kill me. Suddenly, the king realized who I was. "Cousin Rudolph!" he cried. Then he picked up a chair and threw it at Detchard's legs. The Englishman, jumping to one side, turned his sword against the king, and with a cry, the king fell to the ground. Detchard moved towards me again, stepped in the doctor's blood on the floor, and fell to the ground himself. I had him. A second later, his body lay across the dead doctor. But was the king dead? I had no time to find out, because just then I heard the noise of the drawbridge coming down. And that wild cat, Rupert of Hentzau, was still alive. The king must wait for help while I fought his enemies. I ran out of the room and up the steps towards the drawbridge. And then I heard the sound of laughter. Rupert of Hentzau was laughing. He was standing alone in the middle of the bridge. In the gateway, on the far side, stood a group of the Duke's men. They seemed too frightened to move. "Come out, Michael, you dog!" Rupert shouted. But a woman's wild cry answered him. "He's dead! He's dead!" The men in the gateway moved to one side, and a woman came forward. Her face was as white as her long dress, and her dark hair lay over her shoulders. In her hand, she held a gun. The shot rang out, but she missed. Rupert laughed. Again, Antoinette de Mauban faced him, her gun ready. But before she could shoot, Rupert jumped over the side of the bridge and down into the moat below. At that moment, I heard the sound of running feet inside the new castle, and the welcome voice of my old friend, Captain Sapt. Then I knew that the king was safe and needed me no more. I ran out onto the bridge and jumped down into the moat. I had business to finish with Rupert of Hentzau. I swam hard and caught up with him round the corner of the old castle. He had found my rope, climbed out of the moat, and was already running towards the trees where I had left my horse. I ran after him as fast as I could. He turned and saw me and called out, laughing, "Why, it's the play actor!" But then, with a cry of surprise, he found my horse, and in a minute he was on its back. "Get down!" I shouted. "Stand and fight like a man!" He turned, waiting for me, and I ran at him with my sword. For a few minutes we fought wildly. Blood ran from his face where I had cut it, but I had fought too many fights that night. He would surely kill me now. I was saved by Fritz, who came galloping round the castle to find me. When Rupert saw him coming, he knew he had no chance. "Goodbye, Rudolph Rassendyll," he called. "We'll meet again." And he rode away into the forest, laughing and singing, and still alive. I fell to the ground. Blood was running again from the cut in my arm, and I could not stand. Fritz jumped down from his horse and lifted me in his arms. "Dear friend," he said, "thank God I found you. When Johann did not come, we had to break down the castle door. We were afraid we would be too late." "And the king?" I said. "Thanks to a very brave Englishman," Fritz said gently, "the king is alive." Chapter 13. Goodbye to Ruritania. Old Sapt worked hard to keep our secret hidden. He sent messages, told lies, and gave orders. All his plans were successful, except one. Nothing can stop a woman in love. When Princess Flavia heard that the king was hurt, she refused to stay at Tarlenheim House and rode at once to the castle of Zenda. Sapt had hidden me in a room in the old castle, and he and Fritz brought her to me there. How happy she was to see me. She threw her arms round my neck and kissed me. "No!" cried Sapt. "It's not the king. Don't kiss him. He is the man you love, but he is not the king." Flavia's face went white. "What do you mean?" she cried. She turned to me again. "Rudolph, why do you let them say these things?" I looked deeply into her eyes. "It's true," I said quietly. "I am not the king." For a minute, she continued to hold on to me. She looked at Sapt, at Fritz, and finally at me again. Then, slowly, she fell forward, and I laid her gently on the ground. "I wish that Rupert had killed me," I said. I saw the king once more. He thanked me, and I gave him back the royal Alfberg ring. If he noticed Flavia's ring on my finger, he said nothing. We both knew that we would never meet again. Before I left Ruritania, Princess Flavia asked to see me again, and Fritz took me to her. They had told her everything. We had so much to say, and so little to say. A princess is not free to choose who to love. "Flavia," I said, "I love you. I'll love you until the day I die." As I walked away, I heard her say my name again and again. "Rudolph, Rudolph." I can hear it now. I live quietly now, but every year Fritz and I meet in a little town outside Ruritania. There he gives me news of the Queen of Ruritania, the wife of King Rudolph V. And every year he brings me a red rose and a note with the words written, "Rudolph, Flavia, always." And I send her a red rose with the same message. Shall I ever see her again? Who knows?